Welcome back to the channel Utopia Magic Tarot. I do hope everyone is doing well. Today I'm going to be doing a past life reading, and your options are going to be pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Actually, let me get those out for you. This is interesting because one of the options that was there for last time came out again. So pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Okay. So if you want to do the meditation, you can. If not, you can skip to the timestamp if you don't mind to create timestamps, because I might not get to the timestamps. But you can close your eyes, and in your mind's eye, you're going to imagine a bench, and you'll lay down on the bench, and you'll watch your soul self come out of your body, right? And your soul self is going to go over and hug an angel. It's okay if you cannot see the angel's face, but what you are getting from this angel is pure clarity to know which pile to pick. Then you look down to the right or the left or whatever way your mind's eye is telling you, and there's a hallway, and on each side of the hallway is doors, and you'll open up the door and you'll pick whatever number you see, and that's the timestamp you'll go to, either pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. And this one was actually in the last pile selection. Okay, I don't like how I got my camera set up, y'all. I guess that's usually how I have it set up, right? No. Is that good? Is that better? That's definitely better, right? Okay, so pile number 1, I'm going to leave the card out so you can tell which pile you're on. Pile number 1, what was your past life? I'm going to get some tarot cards first, and then I'm going to move on to my actual past life deck. That was quick. Okay, so for pile number 1, it's talking about lack of control, aggression, self-doubt. Okay. Eight of Swords reversed, and then the Chariot, which is number 7, which is reversed as well. This one fell on the floor, 5 of Cups. You experienced deep sorrow in your past lifetime, but I'm not feeling like it had like a forever hold on you. I don't feel like it had like... That's interesting because in this deck, the star is coming out. Here comes the star once again. Excuse me. You got the High Priestess, the 6 of Swords, and the 9 of Wands reversed. Yeah, you definitely came out of whatever it was in your past lifetime. And that's probably what I'm hearing in my mind, or my mind right now, is that that's something you're also doing this lifetime. It's like you're overcoming. What are they overcoming? Where is it coming from? Honestly, I think it's coming from this lifetime, like just the current karma. I don't think it's other lifetimes. I think it's just current karma. Current stuff, current. And whatever, I guess it could be, because if you didn't finish out whatever it was in your last lifetime, you definitely would bring it into this lifetime. But I don't feel like it's a whole lot. I really feel like you've done a lot of healing this lifetime, and you've had a lot of time to do so because you didn't get caught up in things because you had karma. See what I'm saying? Like you were able to tap into your spirituality and all that because you didn't have other things to do. Which, and maybe you still did have things to do, because the world don't just stop because we tap into our spirituality. Your south node could be an Aquarius. New moon in Sagittarius. Luck is on your side. Who was that in a past life? Don't let your past hold you back. South Node. So your South Node, your past life definitely has a little bit of a hold on you. I want to figure out what is this past life real quick. What was their past life? And then I'm going to read it to you. Karmic relationship. All right. Let's see. I'm going to pause this real quick so I'm not wasting your time going through this whole paper stuff. Okay, and in this, it's on page 53 and 54, so maybe those are significant numbers for you. All right, karmic relationship. This card indicates that one or more people in your current life are from previous lifetimes. You both ended your relationships with karmic imbalances. This means that one or both of you are most likely harboring old feelings that need to be healed and released. When this occurs, you will be set free from reoccurring destructive and toxic relationship patterns. In some cases, this card will arise when there's a reunion with the beloved soul from a previous life. Perhaps you finally reconnected with a romantic partner from your past, or a new relationship is bringing you great joy. With healthy past life connections, you'll immediately feel a sense of comfort and familiarity. You receive this card in answer to a question or concern that involves a karmic relationship. Fortunately, you can appeal to the heavens for help in releasing any old stuck energies or emotions. You can also be guided to work with specialists in past life regression and relationship healing. All right. And it's interesting that this card is coming out. It's talking about don't let your past hold you back. If this is a karmic relationship that's not getting any better, and you know that y'all have a karmic relationship, you are if you don't absolutely reject this thought process that I'm about to explain to you, then maybe it's something that you should try. But with the karmic relationship, you can do like a cord cutting ritual and cut the cord in your mind's eye. And there's all kinds of guided ones on YouTube that you can look up and do. But I really am feeling like if nothing is changing, I really don't want this pile to go into the next lifetime with the same energy doing the same stuff. So anyways, give me some information about this karmic relationship energy. What is the advice? Thank you. Okay. I feel like you've had a child with this person due to what's coming out here. But it's saying, inspire others with the extraordinary power of prayer with the trust of a child. Be prepared to sacrifice for the lowest and highest aspects of fun, romance, and making art. With that coming in, it's like, let me ask real quick before I say anything. I just want to ask really, really fast. Who was this person meant to be for them? This karmic relationship. Thank you. That was quick. Ooh, God. They were meant. It says it seems like you're blocked, but you can still take a step. Talking about fears, uncontrolled thoughts, fruitless thinking, captivity. Who was they always meant to be for you? They was always meant to be somebody that trapped you in a way, but at the end of the day, you trapped yourself in this situation. Who was my person that's listening to this reading always supposed to be to them? Thank you. The Tower reversed. Oh my gosh, and it's talking about trapped, locked in old ways, weak foundation, avoidance. So you were also a trap. And interesting because this is 7 and this is 8. Who are they to you? And what I'm picking up on is they were always meant to be there to not trap you, but it's more like a test. Like, okay, we'll go down here and we'll do this together, and I'm not going to be that good of a person, but you're going to learn to not get trapped in my energy. So, but I love you so much, so we're going to keep coming back together and doing this. And it doesn't mean that y'all won't come back in another lifetime. Y'all can just come back in a different way. This is definitely a love reading. But it's like whenever you guys get around each other, their negativity and your negativity just draws into each other. It really does. It's like 2 peas in a pod. It's like your fire and their gasoline, or vice versa. It builds it. It creates it. And who you was in a past life was somebody that had a lot of karmic relationships, and you probably did that a lot this lifetime. But something that is standing out to me intensely, especially the fact that I said your south node could have been in Aquarius. It literally said south node. Don't let your past hold you back. It makes me feel like you have overcome. It's like you've overcome so much, right? It's like this one lesson. It's like you can't get over the karmics. The karmic relationship in your life. And if that's not resonating, maybe this is not yours, or maybe it's just speaking on behalf of how good of a relationship. You know, if you needed just confirmation, that was the only thing you needed to hear from me, is that you're in a karmic relationship, and you click out of this reading, just leave a green heart down below if you're resonating with this reading, just so I know. Give you some keywords that represented their past life. Thank you. Got 2 cards. Innocence and go for it. Okay, just before I read it, what I'm getting is an energy of naivety. I don't know the word. Naivety? Is that the word? But being naive, okay? Being a bit naive, childlike. Honestly, I feel like your life might have started out really young. Like you were an adult before you were even an adult. And maybe that played out in this lifetime as well. And something that's really standing out to me, I don't want you to take away from this reading and like have hatred for yourself or for anyone or for your life plan or your purpose or your past life. It says everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. No, everyone is guiltless in truth. Speak your truth and have clarity and know where you were wrong and know where the other people were wrong. Like, also hold other people accountable. Don't just hold yourself accountable. Like, some people like to get down and hard on themselves, but they're not. Do you see them doing that to other people? No, they only do it to themselves. They wouldn't dare do it to somebody else because they wouldn't want to do that. So the fact that we do it to ourselves is horrible. But for my pile number 1's a past life is definitely karmic relationship. And with this reading, it's definitely carrying into this lifetime. What heart chakra did they work on past lifetime? I got 2 of them. 3rd eye in your throat chakra, which is interesting because you did get the high priestess. And that's about it. That's what's standing out to me. You did get the high priestess. So you worked on your 3rd eye chakra quite a bit. And your throat chakra, which would be your truth, which is interesting because the justice card did come out, but it wasn't for like your past. And what chakras are they working on this lifetime? Which is interesting because I was just saying you need to be truthful with yourself, and it was talking about truthfulness on the throat chakra. What chakra are they working on this lifetime? Their root chakra, which is interesting because the Tower came out reversed, which is talking about the tower is on false foundations. So you're working on grounding yourself, like it's no more about the truth of the situation, or the what's the word? The empathy, the sympathy. It's no longer about that. It's about standing your ground, standing on business. There is a reason why certain sayings go around. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but there is a reason why it does. And it's this lifetime you're working on your root chakra, focusing on grounding and being stable. And if you feel unstable or sad often, it's just something that you're just still doing from a past lifetime. And maybe the karmic lesson is to just leave when you're no longer happy. Or to change things up and see if you can switch up the situation in a different way, rather than doing everything the same way. Give me some keywords for their past life. For Pile 1's past life. Keywords for Pile 1's past life. Nothing's coming out. Keywords for Pile 1's past life. Thank you. So I'm filling the floor. Alright, this is the one that... Okay, so you had a job or a personal business in your past life. A deadbeat. So a deadbeat father, a baby dad or whatever. You focused on it. You struggled with one. In your past life, you had to learn trust. You held grudges. Time was something that was significant. It's interesting because you got trust and can't trust. You had to learn the difference between who you can trust and can't trust. It had a lot to do with family. And solar plexus is also coming out for you guys. You're getting a lot of chakras. Give me a card that represents Pile 1 in their past lives. The Empress. Give me a card that represents them now. Thank you, that was so quick. The King of Wands, reversed. Honestly, what I'm getting is you worked really, really hard in your past lifetimes. And it was almost, I don't know if it was almost easier to be happier in your past lifetime. But this lifetime, it's been harder to be happier. And that is something you are truly working on, is your happiness and your stability. And I think whenever you work on your stability, that's what's going to bring in your happiness. But being in a karmic cycle, a loop with these karmics, is not bringing you the satisfaction you thought you wanted, you thought you needed. So that's kind of what I'm picking up on. Okay. Let's move on to pile number 2. If pile number 1 resonated, please leave a green heart down below. If you don't feel like explaining how it resonated, of course, then you can always just drop a green heart, whatever color heart I tell you, while you're listening. That way you don't have to get too into detail. Okay. Pile number 2. And if I'm not mistaken, this was also in the video, the pile selection last one too. I'm pretty sure it was. 5 of Swords. Which 5 of Swords represents conflict within the mind. It represents verbal conflict with other people, arguments, disagreements, misunderstandings. Alright. I'm going to get some tarot cards to represent pile 2's past life. And then I'll actually pull a past life card. Alright, pile 2's past life. Ooh, okay. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you, pile 2. I feel like you just, pile 2's past life, you kind of just was like a kid. Like, really, I don't know if you died young in your past life or what, but you're giving me like Aries energy. Like your past life, you could have been an Aries. It's like you went for anything. You were just crazy like that. Like you lived a crazy past life. Yep. Almost like, I could say that you possibly did drugs a lot or drank a lot. Anything else about their past life? Or maybe that was just, maybe that's why they passed away young. What else about their past life? Extreme self-indulgence, lack of balance. Yeah. It's definitely why you picked the 5 of Swords. Confusion, lack of funds. That stuck at home. Okay, so I'm picking up like your childhood was like very lonely. Like in this past life, your childhood was lonely. Y'all didn't have a whole lot of money. And honestly, I don't know if your parents were like scared to go out in public or just like isolated themselves. So in return, you were isolated as well. Something else I'm picking up on is something about your mother in this past life is significant. Possibly your mother in this lifetime is significant. But I'm picking up that like your mother, this is what I'm seeing in my head, was like a very religious person. And I feel like you had a good relationship with your mother. It was just that y'all didn't have money. Alright. And something else I'm picking up on is pile number 2. You might have went to jail. You might have went to jail. You know what? Honestly, I ain't even gonna lie. You might have stolen something. For your family due to the lack of money and got caught. It says broke, greedy, corruption. And honestly, this card wanted to come out earlier and it keeps standing out to me. It was like you loved your family very much, but the way your family was able to get by with the things that they did, it was corrupt. But at the same time, that was the way of life because of the corruption above y'all, like the government or whoever it was. And honestly, it might have been like king, queen times or something like that. Which I know we got queens now. She just passed away. But, or a couple years ago, right? Give me more about their past life. Strength. Leo energy. And it's interesting because on this card, she's loving the lion, and he kind of looks playful, but he kind of looks angry at the same time. Like, she has to use a lot of strength to be able to. Something else I'm picking up on is that you meant what you said, and you said what you meant. Like if you did die young or whatnot, you died and people remembered you. Justice. All right, let's pull a past life card, and then I'm going to read it to you guys. I might have to pause so I can... But give me a past life card for who pile number 2 was in their past life. Thank you, biblical. All right. Biblical, page 25. So number 25 might be a significant number for you. All right, biblical. When you read about Jesus, Moses, or other biblical figures, you know that there's more to the story because you were there. Either you were a follower of Jesus or Moses, or you lived in the Holy Land. You may have also lived alongside other famous biblical figures. As a result, sorry, I lost my spot. Traditional religious interpretations of the Bible stories don't ring true to you. You know in your heart and soul what really happened as such. You tend to follow your own religious and spiritual path. If you witness the crucifixion, you may have emotional scarring stemming from your heartbreak and horror that followed your beloved teacher's death. These reactions may have caused you to shut down your spiritual sight and other gifts. To reconnect with your God-given abilities, pray for help from the biblical figures to whom you feel most connected. You'll learn that they have forgiven all transgressions and have moved on with their spiritual lives, and they'll help you do the same. Interesting. That is very, very interesting. I'm like flabbergasted right now by your reading. You could have been walking alongside Jesus, is what they're saying. Give me some keywords about pile 2's past life. That's a lot, but we're going to take it and just see what resonates. Spiritual awakening, conditional love, sex, abundance and luck, financial abundance, excuses, time consuming, let go, ancestors. So what I'm picking up from that is your ancestors were with you and they still are with you heavy that lifetime. They walk with you, like each of the lives you incarnate in, they incarnate in with you. Something about financial abundance and time consuming, you wasn't able to let go of something, but it was due to excuses. And I feel like you could have had financial abundance, but it could have been taken from you due to sex or the conditional love you gave to people. Maybe you cheated on somebody, maybe it was conditional due to sex, but there definitely was a spiritual awakening in this lifetime, which is crazy because the biblical is coming out. Alright, what does pile number 2 need to hear? I'm just taking one, please, and thank you. Thank you. All right. Remember relationships immediately, okay? Reconsider the beauty of the way you project yourself. Now is not the time to do it with your partners and do it on your own. That's interesting. Now is not the time to do it with your partners and do it on your own. So I guess they're saying that right now is not the time to be doing anything. But what's crazy is you got the South Node here. Just like pile 1, they got the South Node card coming out too, but in a different pile. Sorry, you guys can't see it. Remember relationships immediately. If they're talking about Jesus and stuff like that, like y'all should, if you've always felt like a clear connection to that energy, you should definitely do more research and get more tapped into it. There will not be cooperation to perfect who you are. So to me, that seems like if you're trying to get other people to help you perfect who you are, you will not get there. There's going to be a lot in life that you will be doing on your own this lifetime. Anxiety about decisions, about your desires. Okay, that could be something that's coming out too. If you struggled within your past life, because in your past life it really seemed like you didn't have a care in the world. You were in survival mode. You were doing what you needed to do to take care of, specifically, I think, your mother. Like, I don't know if your father passed away or just wasn't there. I don't know. But it seemed like you couldn't get out of there. And maybe that's why you feel bad about your desires this lifetime. Like, there are some things that you can still do, just as long as you're not going to extremes. Because in your tarot cards, it was talking about going to extremes. Like, you went to absolute extremes. And I was kind of thinking Pisces at first. So maybe your South Node is in Aries or Pisces. But I'm really picking up Aries energy. It's like young. Like, even if you did grow old, it was like you lived young your whole life. Trouble resulting from the fairness shown by your actions. So maybe you are giving out fair consequences this lifetime, doing the right thing, and buddies of yours or like people that thought you was cool with them like that are upset with you. It has something to do with your past lifetime, like you were always supposed to just do what they wanted you to do. No, that's not it. People need to be held accountable for their actions. Okay, tell me something that they learned in their past lifetime. Thank you. New partner. A chance meeting is no mistake. It's a divinely orchestrated as a catalyst to set wheels in motion for the fruition of your prayers. So, okay, that's something, that's cool. Like I say, you could have cheated on somebody. Like, you got somebody that was very perfect for you, I want to say, even though we know that there's no perfection, but it was like they were perfect for you, and you still either stepped out of the relationship or something. And not saying you still didn't go through all this stuff and you learned your lessons. You did. It was just things that you messed up on, and maybe that's carrying into this lifetime. Tell me who they was in their past lifetime. Give me a card that represents them in their past life. Thank you. Page of Cups. Don't let your emotions get in the way. Definitely letting your emotions get in the way last lifetime. Alright. I want to see what chakra comes out for you guys. What chakra did they focus on their last lifetime? What chakra? Thank you. Sacral chakra, and I seen that. Sexuality. I honor and respect my sexuality and allow my natural flow of my feelings. I acknowledge that my sexual thoughts and feelings will arise, and I release unnecessary guilt regarding sex. I am open to the positive. Okay, I feel like I'm not picking up the full message for this reading, especially when the sex card came out earlier. Take this how this resonates. If I'm saying something that doesn't resonate, don't take it, okay? If this reading is resonating, drop a red heart down below. Okay. What did they work on their past lifetime? What did they work on their past lifetime? Everything turns to light and faith. That's just crazy because it's biblical. It's coming out. Interesting. So you worked on your faith and you learned that everything can be turned into gold. And I think the reason why that is because you did have such a harsh upbringing. And for me, honestly, in this reading, I feel like your mother was like the light of your world or something like that. And so you still did try to do good, or maybe you did things and got in trouble and discouraged somebody, and you had a spiritual awakening while you was in trouble, and it's just a whole, justice was served. I don't feel like you're carrying any karma from this past life. You could be like certain aspects of it. Something like that, especially when it comes to relationships, which is interesting because pile 1 got relationship stuff, but I don't feel like yours is. I feel like yours is like, I don't know. What did they focus on in their past life? Who was they in their past life? Ooh, fly across the room, okay. Okay. That actually explains it perfectly, what I was like picking up in my mind. It's not that you were a crappy person, and full moon in Leo is coming out, and didn't you get the Leo card? Didn't I say that Leo was significant? So maybe Leo energy is also in your birth chart, Leo moon or something. It's saying don't let pride get in your way. I feel like in your past lifetime you definitely did let pride get in your way a little bit. But it was survival, you know. And I feel like you've forgiven yourself for that in that lifetime. I don't feel like you're carrying that with you. It's just you learned to not let pride get in your way, and that everything will be okay at the end of the day. You don't have to work so hard. You don't have to steal from other people. You can work hard for what you have. Give me a card that represents them, their last lifetime. The Magician. The World. Yeah, you completed that stuff out. You moved away from that energy. You're tapping into a new energy this lifetime. But you was a bit of a trickster, which is okay. Like, you learned. You know, I don't feel like you hardly ever rested. I really don't. If you struggle with sleep this lifetime, that could be something to do with that. Just something you've always struggled with in your lifetimes. I want one more keyword for your past lifetime. Thank you. Keep your options open. Okay, that's something else I feel like you worked on as well. Is, you know, instead of going for that first energy that came at you, you could have waited and made a better decision so you didn't have to get tied into the energy of possibly cheating on somebody in your past lifetime or something like that. But it all was just survival. It really was. And I feel like your last lifetime really was just meant for you to have a good time. You learned a lot in it, but it also was just meant for you to have a good time. I'm hearing no regrets. All right. I'm going to move on to pile number 3. If it resonated, please drop that heart below. Pile number 3's past life. I'm excited. I was not expecting that in pile number 2. Like, I was getting like full-on visions in my mind's eye about what was happening. Pile number 3. Alright, pile number 3. What was pile number 3's past life? Pile number 3's past life. Give me some cards that represent their past life, please, and thank you. Alright. Okay. The moon. Interesting, because I was just now thinking where these cards were flipping out and they were like up like this instead of the way they should be. It was very illusional. Like, it was like, how do I explain it? Like, the best way I can explain it is very hard to grasp. So you might be coming here to this reading because you absolutely have no idea who you was in your past life. Like, you might have no general idea about who you was in your past life. And it's because it's very aloof to you. It's not something that was very much. Let me just keep going. Who was they in the past life? Who was pile 3 in the past life? 7 of Wands. Pile 3 in a past life. I'm picking up on like okay, this is what I honestly pick it up on. King energy, but the king goes to war. Doesn't every king have to go to war? Isn't that like a thing? But I don't know that you was king. You might have been king, man. I don't know. Let's see. This reading might be a bit aloof for me, too. Oh, I'm picking up a yellow heart. If this is resonating so far, drop a yellow heart. Okay, Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups energy. Oh. It's almost like every time you tapped into, like, being a good person or not coming at energy with force or fight, you lost the opportunity. When you went for the opportunity head on, you received it. And honestly, I'm not even picking up any zodiac signs like I was picking up in the last 2 readings. It's very aloof. It's very quiet. Why is this past life quiet for them? The Star. It's much more healing for you to be not so obvious. King. Alright, let's pull a past life card and see who you was in your past life. Who was pile 3 in their past life? Thank you. Greco-Roman. Interesting. Alright, if it will take me too long to find the page, I'll pause it real quick so you don't have to. Page 45. So 45 might be a significant number for you. Alright, page 45. This card indicates that you had a significant life in Greece or Rome that is influencing the situation you're inquiring about. You may have noticed that you're drawn to Greco-Roman culture and spirituality. Perhaps you've even visited areas of the Mediterranean which felt very strangely familiar. Often when we visit a place where we've lived in other lives, we experience a sense of déjà vu. During your Greco-Roman lifetime, you had experiences and relationships that formed your basis for your present life situation. You also carried the knowledge forward that you gained in that lifetime. Now that you're consciously aware of your connections to Greece and Rome, spend time researching these ancient cultures and spirituality associated with those places. Your research will trigger memories and insights, and you'll come up with better understanding of yourself and your situation. Interesting, because Romans went to war a lot. Sorry, I probably sound stupid. But let's get some keywords. Keywords for that past life. Keywords. Belief systems was very significant. Self-worth. Black sheep's coming out, which makes me feel like you stood out from other people. Like you didn't want to do what they wanted you to do, or you weren't like other people. Like with the Hierophant coming out, I feel like you had very strong morals. I don't want all that, please and thank you. I just want, there we go. That'll work. You got family, can't trust, trust. Interesting, because pile 2 also got those 3 cards. Not in that order, though. And you might have learned you couldn't trust your family in that lifetime, and that might have triggered over into this lifetime. Maybe you have a very, what's the word? Like a broken family or whatever. That's not the word I was looking for, but you know, broken relationships with people and you're not really sure why, or maybe there's just people you never really got along with. Honestly, I'm picking up on that, like, there could be people in your life that have all this aggression and you hate it, like, you don't like it. It's almost like you went to war and it's like you can't stand that type of energy anymore. Like, you did it in that lifetime, and it's much more healing for you really to not know. But I guess Spirit's going to let you know the things that I tell you in this reading. So if it resonates, please drop a yellow heart. Okay. Let's see. Let me get some energy about what we need to know about your past lifetime. All right. There we go. North Node's coming out. South Node came out in pile 1 and 2. Gemini. Nope. I need just one card, please. Thank you. In the 12th house. So North Node and Gemini in the 12th house. There will be information to explain your faith. All right. That's interesting because it was just saying, it said do some research on the Greco-Roman times and it will help open up some memory. So that's literally said there will be information to explain your faith. Success from communications about hidden tendencies, benefit resulting from the fluctuations of large institutions or overwhelming events. Neither one of those really stood out, but they might have stood out to you. Have faith in what you want to be known, seeking oneness with all there is. Do not worry about what is believed about philanthropy. Now is the time to use your quickest way and keep your involvements hidden. Have faith in what you want to be known, seeking oneness with all. Like, I feel like you definitely seek oneness with all people, and like you see the beauty in everything. You see it's like you love to experience people whenever they're at their fullest potential, and it's like you want to bring people to their fullest potential. And for you guys to know that, I guess what your past life wants you to know about this lifetime is that that's what you've learned so much from that lifetime. And that's why it's important. It says, what do you need to release? A time for healing. So in that lifetime, you learned a lot about healing and what you needed to release, such as family, who you could and could not trust, who you can have around, could not have around. I'm actually picking up some pretty dark crap with that, so I'm not going to speak further on that. Okay, give me something else they worked on in their past life. What did they work on in their past life? Thank you. Self-love and freedom through faith. And I'm pretty sure that wanted to come out earlier. Self-love. I attend to my needs by listening to my heart. So that's what you learned past lifetime. I calm my thoughts and rise above fear. There was many situations that brought you fear. And many situations that made you feel like you didn't love yourself. So at the end, though, you did learn how to love yourself. You did accomplish that. What chakra did they work on? Oh, you worked on a lot of chakras, okay? Throat and solar plexus, I think. Let's see. All right, crown chakra. One with all. Oh my God, one with all. Just like the other card was saying. I feel a divine force flowing through me. I honor this and I know that it flows through all. I am calm in knowing that I am one with all. And I contemplate and meditate on this fact. I regularly remind myself that we are all here from the same source. And that we're all on a journey as spiritual beings experiencing this physical existence. I am aware that I have my choice as to how I respond to what is happening in my life. My responses have an enormous effect on my spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical well-being. That's crazy that that's coming out, because I don't know if, like, your past lifetime, it taught you a lot that you were one with all. And that's why I think the star came out as well, because not only was it very healing for you to not really know about what your past life is, but it's also the fact that the only thing you really need to know is you did a lot of healing. You did a lot of healing. You were like, and by the end of your life, you were like a light for people. The people that you knew you could trust and that they could trust you. And they knew that they could trust the words that were coming out of your mouth because they trusted you. And that was so important for you. Give me a card that represents them in their past life. I don't want to use this deck. Give me a card that represents them in their past life. The sun, like I said, you were like a healing light. You were beautiful. You were needed. Honestly, I'm picking up on the energy of like angel, earth angel type energy. Who was pile 3 in their past life? Who was pile 3 in their past life? The King of Swords. You spoke truth and clarity to people. Who was pile 3 in their past life? 10 of Pentacles. You built up that foundation. Why is it important for them to know this right now? Ace of Wands reversed, because maybe right now you're not feeling, on top of the world. Maybe right now your energy levels are low. It is winter though, right now. Where I'm at specifically, it's cold. I don't know if everywhere is cold, but if you're feeling a lack of clarity, just know that you've been through a lot and you've done a lot, even this lifetime. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to know that you have done a lot. Even if you feel like you haven't, you have done a lot. Give me another card. Why is it important for them to know about this? You and your loved ones are safe. Full new moon in Cancer. So if you're worried about some family situation going on, just know that everything is okay. And honestly, I'm picking up all zodiac signs, so it could be any zodiac sign. What did they learn from their past lifetime? Bring love into the situation. What was their past life about? A personal issue reaches resolution. Maybe that's why you can't remember it, because it's the issue. The reason why you had the life was because you had some stuff to figure out and get done that lifetime, and you got them done, and you figured it out that lifetime. What did they learn in their past life? Innocence. That came out for pile number 1. If you have like a karmic relationship, definitely go to pile number 1. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. That's kind of what I'm picking up now, is that you don't feel peaceful right now. And you should. That beautiful innocence inside of you, the beautiful healing energy that you give to other people, you're needed on this earth. Not meant to be taken advantage of, but you're definitely needed here on earth. Did I not pull? I did pull, didn't I? Oh yes, Greco-Roman. Alright. What chakra did they focus on most in their last lifetime? Your root chakra. Oh, and I'm sorry guys, I already pulled one for you. So I guess you've worked on 2 of them. Your crown chakra. One with all, of course. Yes. Responsibility. I plant myself on solid ground by consistently taking responsibility and having personal accountability for what I do. I allow others to depend on me being responsible. My actions speak louder than my words. I rise above excesses and overindulgences as I forgive myself for my past indiscretions. I know I could not have acted in a more evolved way than I was able to at the time. So you really focused on your crown chakra and your root chakra. What is important about their past lifetime? What do they need to know about their past lifetime? Alright, my mind is telling me to do this, so they want me to pull a rock for you. Okay, appreciation. I know you can't see it, but I know what it says. Love and joy are yours in abundance, and to thine own self be true. Be true, because at the end of the day, you're going to be remembered as that person that stayed true to themselves, regardless of what was going on around them. And something else that I feel like is really important for you this lifetime is to be remembered as somebody that is accountable and that can be depended on. And you're like an earth angel. You're here to help people, and that's what you've been working on. But you have not been on top of this here recently. And it could also be due to the winter. You know, it is cold outside right now. And it is time for you to heal, especially if you've been given to people and they've not been responding. Let me ask really quick, actually, because that's the energy I'm picking up on. When they give and give and give, my pile 3s. Yep, when they give and give and give, there's the Queen of Cups. When should they stop? When should they stop giving too much, like to a specific person? The Knight of Swords reversed. And to me, that's like not even using your mind. Like if you can like tell if somebody, like it's not your place, of course. You know that. I know you know that. But for your own sanity and your own safety and stuff like that, when you're out here being the Queen of Cups and other people are not even using their logic, their common sense, or talking about the right things, you will know, pile 3, you will know by the things the people are speaking about. What is important to them is what they're talking about. What they think about is what they're talking about. That's when you know. Okay? So, let's get a last message. Keywords for their past life. Pile 3's past life. Time consuming. I don't know why they're saying that, but maybe your last lifetime, like, you had a really, really long life. You lived a long life. That's what I'm picking up on. Not that that's a bad thing. Financial issues. You mother yourself and others and animals. So even though you had these financial issues, you were still that Queen of Cups. You were still that wonderful person that was able to give out love. Okay, if this reading resonated, drop a purple heart down below for this Queen of Cups here. I'm going to end the reading here. If it resonated, like the video, subscribe, share it to somebody you think might like this type of reading. And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.